Listen up, everyone. It's that time of the year where the checks start rolling in from income taxes, but where do you start? How do you make sure you claim everything you should? Well, let's ask Selah Melig with Melig Business Solutions. Welcome, girl. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me this morning, Roma. It's awesome to be here.
Selah, I swear, I've been so stressed out. I think every year we all know we dread that time, but we don't when we get the check back. But this year there's been so much going on with the government shutdown, and people are saying they're getting 8% less. What is something big that people should be aware about?
I think that this year, what I would really like to encourage our viewers to do is to look at their income a bit more creatively.
Okay.
This year, with all of the new tax changes, a lot of small businesses are benefiting from changing from a regular self-proprietorship into an LLC or S Corp. And for more details on that, definitely talk to a tax professional.
Absolutely. And so I love your story. Your husband is a business owner, and you were filing your taxes, and you said, I have to pay thousands and thousands, right?
Yes, it was really scary. And like it is with everybody, when the IRS is involved, we start sweating bullets. So thankfully, I studied up and I got my licensure. I'm an enrolled agent with the IRS. And thankfully, because of that and getting to know the laws, we were able to save a lot of money. And now I'm extending that to all of San Antonio, not just my husband.
I love that. And so one of the big things you're saying is don't file your taxes in a hamster wheel. What's that?
So I like to think of taxes like a hedonistic hamster wheel. So what we do is we work hard and then we pay taxes. We don't even get to see that money. It goes to Uncle Sam, and then we spend our money. What we would like to encourage people to do is to think proactively about their taxes instead of reactively. So people would essentially start working hard, and then they would, talk to a tax professional, do some professional tax planning, and then they would reduce their taxable income, and then they would pay less taxes and then spend their money.
Wow. And so these are just simple things that people need to maybe just hold back a little, not splurge right away, and do it in a kind of structured manner is what you're suggesting.
Yes. Okay. Like it would be like around the summertime, we would look at people's income and we would say, you know what, I think a ballpark, you should put away, $6,000 into your retirement account. If you're an individual, if you're a business, it's a little different, because then you can start reinvesting into your business instead of sending off that money at the end of the year to Uncle Sam.
I love that.
So yeah.
Okay, so one of the first questions that is very common, can you file your taxes as soon as you get your W-2?
No, you want to wait until all of your paperwork comes in, like your 1095, your mortgage statement. Wait until absolutely everything comes in.
Wow.
Don't rush to the H&R Block. Just hold on.
Because you might need those papers to maybe get a little more, or just make sure the IRS doesn't come back to look out for you, right?
Yes. Just wait for all of the stuff. I usually tell my clients, middle of February, end of February is the perfect time. All the documents should be filed by then.
Which is right around right now, y'all.
Yes.
So how should I file my W-4 withholding document?
So you essentially want to look at how much you're making and what you've been getting refunded back. If you don't want to necessarily have a refund and just enjoy that income during the year or reinvest it, then you want to adjust your withholding. And I always suggest, talk to a tax professional, because they can give you insight and details on how much you need to be putting away.
Wow. All right. These are really awesome tips. This one could relate to a lot of people out there, and it's something that it might be difficult to talk about, but it needs to be addressed.
Absolutely.
So if someone got divorced or separated, how should they file their taxes, and who gets to claim the children?
So generally, this is kind of a sticky situation, but the IRS says unless your divorce says otherwise, the parent that has the child more than 6 months out of the year is the parent that gets to claim the child, regardless if that person is completely paying for everything.
Wow.
It's the parent that has the kid with them that gets to claim them. Yes.
And so if someone's divorced, would they still file together, or would they do separate? That's kind of tricky
Well,
too.
that's a sticky situation. If you're on good terms with your ex-spouse, you should actually follow the letter to the law, because if you do file together, guess what? You're now legally married again.
Oh my God.
So yeah, there's a lot of little intricacies that not a lot of people are aware of, but again, talking to somebody about it can save you so much heartache and headache.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So for the other parent who does not have the child, what do they do?
Well, they can either file single, or they can file head of household. It depends if they've already, if they're dating somebody, if they're living together with somebody, if they've if they have another child that the other parent doesn't have.
Okay.
So it just depends.
All right, well, those are very helpful tips right there. I had no
Thank
idea
you.
about any of that. And what about, like, can I claim someone as a dependent, or does it have to be my child? Can it be, let's say I'm living with my boyfriend or a girl, you know, I have a roommate, like, could they be someone you're claiming?
Okay, so generally what the rule is if you are providing for more than 50% of the upkeep of the home, and if you're supporting this person more than 50% of their needs, and especially if like an elderly parent or something like that, yes, you can claim them as a dependent, but they have to make under $4,000 a year.
Well, I had no idea about that. And so this one also, this next question could be very common, or for a certain situation, again, that might be a little uncomfortable, but it's very important to note, can an undocumented person file a tax return?
Yes, 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 and they will not be, they will not face any repercussions for doing so.
Okay.
A lot of people have fear whenever it comes to that because it's uncertain times. You know, the political atmosphere is very, you know. But no, you can definitely file a tax return. The IRS is not going to be reporting anything. They just want to make sure that you're filing your taxes, and why not, right?
Absolutely. We all, if you are contributing, you definitely need to be filing your taxes.
Absolutely.
That is part of the law in the United States. So
Yes.
all these things, definitely follow them, because you do not want the IRS to come calling maybe a year, because sometimes they
Yes.
take a while. You think you're clear and they still take a while.
And they don't call, they only send letters.
There-
So please, if somebody's asking you to give them money, do not believe them. Just wait for the letters in the mail.
Wow. Selah, thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
being
much
here.
for having me this morning.
Y'all need to call her for a free consultation.
Yes.
Call or text right now, 210-501-8100, and I'm sure you can get more in depth with all those questions.